So I've felt inspired to make this video. Yes, you read the title correctly. 100%. If you're thinking about starting a Pokemon card business, I would think twice. Now, I'm not saying don't start on like TCG or eBay or like TikTok Shop. It's a lot easier of a way to do it than I'm doing. I use my own website through Wix, and we'll get into that in a second. But I sell Japanese and Korean. No English. I thought this was going to be an easier route. I have a couple things I want to say. It's just like kind of me ranting. So if you guys don't want to hear me rant, leave the video. It's just some of my experiences. But if you're interested or you're bored as hell and you want to hear the struggles about me starting my business, well, then, yeah, you can go ahead and listen. But, okay, so I work full time, right? I work full time, come home, stream, update my stock, inventory, everything. That's normal, right? Cool. I'm going to tell you about the struggles, though, the real struggles. Because not only am I tired from just working and working on my business at the same time and trying to balance my life, but I've ran into just a few roadblocks. And it's only been like a month and a half. Don't get me wrong. We're doing really well. So actually starting it up and everything, like getting the business bank account, LLC, all that, yeah, it was a pain in the ass, but that's something I expected going into it, right? I expected that to be a real pain in my ass, bunch of paperwork, this, that, and the third, okay? Then, okay, I tried to make my first order with my Japanese guy over in Japan. Actually, we made the first order with PayPal Goods and Services. That was super easy. Then we went with Wise. So we did that. Wise asked a bunch of questions, like a mega boatload. For me, just about the business, paperwork, how many are you going to import, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, oh my God. But Wise actually wasn't that bad. But yes, it was a little bit of a roadblock. It took about a day to figure out. And then Wix. Okay, Wix. Wow. Wow. See, the reason I went with Wix over Shopify, and yes, I know you could use like WordPress, make your own website. Look, I'm dumb. I don't know how to do that. Okay, went with Wix, right? You had to figure out the tax stuff, all that. And Wix, we were using their payout system to our bank, and we were also using PayPal. So people were paying with PayPal, and then also with like credit, debit, Apple Pay, all that. Their payout system, right? It was going smooth at first. It was going fantastic. Payouts were coming, all that. Everything was good, right? Everything was fine and dandy. But then Wix, all of a sudden one day, they're like, we're going to hold $80. No, you made 200. Now we're going to hold that. Now we're going to hold another 400. Eventually, after 2 weeks, they started to hold $800. So obviously, as you know, that was a lot of fun. It's not like I have a shitload of capital. So we contacted Wix. I was like, yo, what's good? They're like, hey, like, we're going to need to see proof that you could sell these Pokemon cards. And, wow. If anyone's run into this trouble, and this is the reason why I went with Wix over Shopify, because Shopify is usually the ones that will question you, specifically with Pokemon, if you have the valid kind of license to sell it. So I was very surprised. I guess apparently Pokey talked about it. Maybe I missed that video, but I had to show proof of invoices, which luckily my Japanese guy is very legit. He sends me invoices, right? So they said, we're going to need to see either an invoice, we're going to need to see something from the distributor of like that's distributing these Pokemon, or something else I forgot. But I sent them the invoice, right? I'm like, cool, I got invoices. Cool. Let me give you an invoice. 2 days later, still holding the money. They're like, hey, we're going to need to see a letter that shows your distributor or wholesaler that you have the license to sell this. And I'm like, fuck, like, technically nobody in the United States has a license to sell Japanese cards. So I'm like, fuck, what do I do? Eventually, I got really creative. I was like, hey, like to my Japanese guy, I'm like, hey, like, I need help. Like, you need to send me a letter that shows that my business is dealing with your business. You give me the right to sell this, yada, yada, yada. And he was like, what the fuck? I've never heard of that. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, I have no idea. He's like, I deal with so many different customers, like 50 customers a day. How is this the first time I'm hearing this? I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I just got chosen. So lo and behold, made him a template, Chat GPT. He just filled in the blanks and he did it for me. So shout out to him. I'm not obviously not going to show you his account or anything, but he really helped me out. So I was in a bind there. Eventually, Wix a few days later released the money. I'm like, cool. Ooh, that's huge because Wix actually has the authority, no matter what amount of money it is in the TOS, they could rip all that money out, even if it was $800, 10 grand. So all I'm saying is, if you know how to make your own website, just do it. Don't deal with Wix, or use like Stripe and like a third-party service to take payments. 100% now I've learned that. So that was cool. I was like, okay, cool. We're done, right? Wrong. So I make another order, right? Tariffs, importing, everything's all fucked up. Okay? There's a DESMIMES or DEMIMES rule where if you spend under $800, you're not going to get hit with any like tariff. So I'm like, okay, now I'm going to start ordering under 800. I don't have that much capital, so that's enough for me. I don't sell at a high volume like that. So I'm like, cool, yeah, I could do that. So I made an order for Glory of Team Rocket, and then I made an order for some other sets. I made 2 separate orders, right? Both under 800. My Japanese guy was like, yeah, like you can 100% do that. You shouldn't get hit with tariffs. I'm like, cool. Now I ordered Glory of Team Rocket at a pretty decent price, by the way, because, you know, I thought I'd have it in a good amount of time. My other sets as well. Being held up by FedEx. They also sent me a DocuSign 3 days ago for import duties. I'm like, yeah, cool. Like, I'll sign it. Cool. Bam. Boom. Just give me my fucking package. No. It's being held up. And the price of Glory going down. Down as we speak. Down as I'm moving my lips. There are so many roadblocks. Like, I don't know if I'm just getting, like, the shit end of the stick out of all this, or if maybe some other sellers who deal with import, either like Japanese, Korean, anything like that, are going through this. But it's a big pain in the ass. I would 100% consider, like, if you have the time for this, or, you know, can handle the stress, because I'm not even dealing with a lot of money, but I mean, it's a business I just started. I'm trying to grow as fast as I can. But everything's just been a hurdle. And everything's basically taking a big chunk out of the success that I'm supposed to have. And I really hope I get my package soon because, like I said, Glory is just going down. Yeah, that's my story time. Just consider twice before starting. If you're down, if you really love this, go ahead. I say do it. It's been a great time this month and a half. But if you can't handle the stress, you should probably do something else. But that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys.